The flat doesn't move. The flat Earth is stationary.
Great. So why, if I move to the east or the west, do objects weigh different?
That's because of magnetism.
So magnetism changes with direction, is what you're saying.
Magnetism changes the pull on objects.
How about wood? Would it change the pull on wood if I moved east or west? Would it weigh differently?
What can we? So look, the question is, can we make wooden objects? Let's say we get a wooden ball. Can we make that wooden ball roll up a hill? The answer is yes, because of the magnetic anomalies that are going on.
All right. Now we're going to go back to my question, and you're going to stay on my question, Kimo.
Well, you can pour water.
Why on a stationary Earth would a piece of wood weigh differently if I was flying it east versus flying it west?
Because of the magnetic anomaly.
And you think magnets understand which direction the airplane is flying?
There's a place in America where you can
affects wood.
You can walk up the wall because of some kind of...
Kimo, I don't really care about your trip to America. I'm asking you a specific question. Does magnetism know if I'm flying the wood east, west, north, or south?
What do you mean does it know? Don't be silly.
Okay, so why does it weigh differently under the same magnetism depending on what direction I'm flying
It's not the same, I just told you. You've got different effects over the Earth.
Okay, why is it different if I'm going one direction versus going the other direction? How would it change?
Density. Under the ground is more dense than, so you get more...
Doesn't have anything to do with density. Density doesn't change.
No.
I'm flying at the same altitude, one east and one west. Why does the weight change?
I just told you.
Why does the weight change depending on the direction that I'm flying?
I've just told you why.
Why?
No, you haven't, but you haven't answered the question. Why would the weight of a piece of wood change based on the direction I'm flying in?
Does that actually happen?
I'm not asking you if it actually happened. I'm asking how that would happen on a flat Earth.
That wouldn't happen. That doesn't happen. It's nonsense.
Okay, so if it does happen, then the Earth is not flat. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. Can you show me wood in the north, wood in the south weighing differently?
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's have a look.
And the question was flying it in a direction, not being in a direction. But yes, I can demonstrate. I can demonstrate changes in weight north versus south.
Well, go on, then let's take a look. Yeah, that will prove the globe. Let's take a look. Yeah,
it's right. Okay, so that will prove the globe if the weight changes.
Yeah. Let's take a look.
Okay, so you agree, Kimo, today, you agree that if that weight changes, it proves the globe is rotating.
Well, I mean, I won't put all the eggs in one basket, but it's very good evidence, yeah?
Okay, right on my channel.
It's a good positive. All right, post the link. Let's take a look.
Watch for the goalpost.
Let's take a look. Where is it? And that's what I'm talking about. So I agree to the terms and conditions. Yeah, but where's the evidence here? You're not delivering.
I'm posting it right now.
Okay. So what we're gonna?
You think I had that in?
Patience is not one of Kimo's strong points.
On the board. I hope you're flying an airplane weighing stuff.
Actually, I drove it. I drove it, Kimo, on the ground. I drove it.
All right, let's take a look.
I'm getting it for you right now. Hold your horses.
Calm down, Kimo. Calm down. Settle. Breathe. Breathe, Kimo.
Remember now, if this weight changes, the Earth is not flat and it is rotating.
All right, let's take a look at what you got.
Getting it for you.
Okay. So yeah, Bob.
Goalposts are not allowed to be removed or moved at all.
Well, where is it, Tom?
No goalposts. No moving of goalposts.
Well,
no, he's already locked in. If this weight change.
Yeah, we've locked in. Now, are you saying that he's driving, weighing something in one place, and then driving to another place and it weighs
Breathe, Kimo, breathe.
Yep, calm down, Kimo. Calm down. I just have to pull it up. Stay calm. I realize that your entire world is about ready to end.
Yeah,
but that's okay.
We're just looking for the evidence, Bob. Just looking for the evidence. So
I've got evidence.
Hand wave dismiss. We look at what we're looking at and we see if it's valid, finite, verifiable, repeatable. All those wonderful.
You're locked in, Kimo.
Yep, he doesn't have a way out of this one.
We're phased in. There's no way out.
Yeah, for some reason.
Bob says he has measurements in one part of the world, he drove to another part of the world, and it weighed differently. Take a look.
Yep, got it right here. Here you go.
Excellent. What? Where? I don't see the link. What? Where?
Read, Kimo.
Oh,
there you go.
Right here.
There's the end of your world right there.
All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. Let's put it on the big screen. 20 minutes. So let's take a look here. You've got a scale. You're next to a scale. Okay, that's forward. You draw it on a board. You're pointing at some stuff on the board. Interesting, nice, more board. Okay, now you've got what you got here? You've got some star trail background. Some graphs in the next scene. In the next scene is more graphs. Oh my gosh! In the next scene, more graphs. Oh my gosh! In the next scene, more. Bob, I did say to you, what we
right
don't
there,
want
Kimo. You can't get around it. All
Get
the
around
numbers
what?
are right there.
So this is
The numbers are right there, Kimo.
All right,
There's
where's
the route. There's the way
demonstration?
it was done. The whole 9 yards.
All right, we've got the blueprint. Where are the practical demonstrations and action?
That's it right there.
That's the blueprint. That's the instructions.
No, those are the weights, Kimo.
No,
those
that's
are
the
the weights.
instructions on what we need to do. Who's done it?
I did.
Let's take a look. Excellent.
You can't, Kimo. It's right in front of your face.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
got the instructions. This is the blueprint. Like when you build
Not blueprints. It's the data from the experiment.
when you build like
There's
a
a
desk
difference
or
between
something,
blueprints
it comes
and
with,
data from the experiment.
It comes with instructions. This is just instructions. Nothing practical here.
Kimo, you're locked in, man.
You're locked in. You're done, Kimo. You're
Tom.
done. You said you made the mistake of agreeing. There it is. You're done.
Tom,
I want to hear that the Earth is a rotating globe now.
no, I want Tom to point out where you're making these measurements. Tom, give me the timestamp. Come on, Mr. Big Shot. Tom.
You want me to
Don't worry.
It's a 20-minute video where he
don't try and wiggle out now by moving the goalpost, Kimo. We know that's what you do when you're back in the corner.
He's trying.
No. He said
You're locked in, Kimo.
away. Then
You fucked up and agreed, Kimo.
frames and said, "Yep."
Yeah,
no,
I
nothing
agree
here.
that if he was going to show that he went from one place to another and it weighed differently.
And
All he's done is draw on the board and show the blueprints for how it should be done.
he showed his data.
5 minutes, 17 seconds. You see the latitude and the weights of each of those, each of the
5
measurements.
minutes.
5 minutes, 17 seconds.
Okay, let's get that up. 5 minutes. Alrighty. Yeah, it's just you pointing at the board.
Data.
Those are the weights that I measured. That's all documented, Kimo. You can't get around it.
Dude, this is just numbers on a board.
Kimo,
Yes.
they're all documented. Every one of them with photographs and locations.
Where are the
You're
practical demonstrations for
That's
these,
it right there.
with these numbers?
All right, now, Kimo, here's your choice. You can either double down on your stupidity or you can admit your mistake and realize that the Earth is a rotating sphere, which I have just conclusively demonstrated.
Double
The
down.
mistake
Double down.
that's been made was letting you out of the,
Kimo,
you know
you're
what I'm
done.
saying?
Be a
You know what I
man,
mean?
Kimo,
Kimo.
double down.
You
Dig
know
in.
what I mean?
Yeah, come on, Kimo. Be a man. Admit that you see this evidence and that it's conclusive that it is a rotating
All
sphere.
right, let's get another opinion. Let's ask Raptor. Raptor, take a look at this video from Bob and tell me if this is evidence of a globe for you.
Good. Kimo hasn't
It's
looked at it yet.
evidence of rotation of the Earth.
Raptor,
Yeah, I did just
you see
take
the
down
video,
Kimo.
Raptor?
Yeah, I did just take down Kimo.
All
The only
right, I'm
chance that
asking
he has is to
Raptor.
lie and
Raptor,
just
let's
be
get another
dishonest.
opinion. Raptor, what do you think? Have you seen this video?
Yeah, Raptor, did you see this video?
I'll be right back.
Say goodbye to the flat Earth, Kimo. So, what conspiracy are you going to go into now that I've destroyed your little non-rotating flat Earth?
Bob, can you hold your horses?
No, I'm not going to hold my horses. You're done. What are you going to go to next?
Look,
Bigfoot?
your horses have gone wild now. Wild.
Yeah, Bigfoot. Kimo, is Bigfoot a good option for you?
Look,
So-
you're being
VIP, Kimo, VIP.
okay. We need
Christ, I
decorum.
hope somebody got that on tape.
Bob, we need decorum. We need decorum. Now, let's ask Raptor. Couldn't hear what he said.
I don't need anybody else's opinion. There's the data right there. You're done.
That is just numbers on a board, Bob.
That is data from measurements based on actual measurements that are documented, Kimo. You're done.
So look, we
Admit
need
it.
a second opinion, Bob.
Don't need any second opinion. That's the data. It is or it isn't. It
All right,
is.
if I'm to believe that,
I'll
where
give you a second
are,
opinion. It's correct.
where are the practical measurements for this data?
Right there.
Right there in
No,
front of you.
What's the
And I
video,
measured it
Kimo?
practically.
No, the actual practical measurement.
It's right there.
In this
Bob
context,
talking
Kimo,
about
trying to dodge the
drink.
fact that you just lost this argument.
Oh yeah, of course. Bob just talking with numbers on a board. Really?
No, those are the
Where
numbers
do we send the flowers?
taken at different locations, Kimo.
Is that the best?
Kimo, you keep asking for measurements of curvature and rotation.
Uh-huh.
Now you have measurements of curvature and rotation. What are you
No,
going
Which
to do
you
about it?
agreed would end the flat Earth if you had the measurements. You have them in front of you right now. The
No,
flat
they are
Earth
not
is
measurement.
They
What
are.
are they if they're not measurements, Kimo?
They are assumptions.
Assumptions from
photos-
the results of
Weight on the
experiments.
scale in every individual location, it seems.
Kimo, you are such a child.
No, we're looking for the science and the evidence, Bob. So can you provide it instead of just
Yeah, I
you
did.
write the
It's right
report?
there in front of you.
Do you not watch the video, Kimo? Come
I
on.
watched, and all he's doing is writing on a board with
You
graphs.
didn't watch the video.
I did watch.
Where did the numbers come from, Kimo?
Exactly. That's what we want to see. Where are they? Where
They're
they
right
come from?
there.
The
Those are
entirety of
direct
the video,
measurements
Kimo?
That's
from a
exactly
scale.
what I'm asking for.
Documented
Where
in
do
the video.
numbers come from?
Kimo,
That's how we know you didn't watch the video.
did you listen to the entirety of the video?
Oh no way! Am I going to sit there watching 20 minutes of?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well then you just
No,
have to
no,
admit
no.
that the flat Earth is dead, and you don't have to watch it, Kimo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bob. Now you're just being.
That would be
silly.
hand waving on top of goal posting.
Yeah, I
Kimo,
mean this is
Bob,
classic
do
flat
20
Earth.
minutes of,
Kimo doesn't
research.
know what it looks like when he loses an argument.
Yeah, this is classic
sticks his
flat Earth. They
hands
don't
in his
understand the argument well enough to know how badly they were just crushed, and they'll
Kimo doesn't know what
continue
it
to
looks like when
double
he
down
loses.
and
He
give a
just
bunch of
closes his
bullshit.
eyes and yells and puts his fingers in his ears.
Look, we've
And
seen.
I
it
really
all
he's
like
doing
how
right
we
now.
give you an out.
Yeah,
Kimo.
yeah, now,
Everybody
Bob.
has tried to give you an out, and you just double down, and dig yourself in deeper.
That's not true, Tom.
You're a
But it
liar,
is
Kimo.
true.
You're a liar. You agreed
Yep.
that this was the
I think
evidence
Palmer,
that you
that's
needed. You
correct.
were given the evidence, and now you won't accept the evidence because you're intellectually dishonest. You're nothing but a troll, Kimo. And I've just exposed you. That's why you'll never be anything, Kimo, because you
You know,
can't
I
accept
mean,
basic evidence.
the
And that's
only
why nobody
thing-
ever will take you seriously.
Hey,
The only thing that
Brian.
you're wrong on there, Dr. Bob, is you didn't expose him. He's
So
been
look, I
exposed.
understand. You feel like there was success on your part, Bob, but as
I don't
with
feel like there's
all-
success on my part. I know I beat you, Kimo, and everybody else does too. The only one that can't figure it out is you.
shouting doesn't make it louder, Bob. Right? No, that's not correct.
I'm not shouting. I'm just talking to my monitor.
Shouting doesn't make it. It does make it louder. Shouting doesn't make it right.
I don't think they've ever heard
Really doesn't
Bob
make it
shout.
louder. No, you are a special kind of backwards, aren't you?
Oh,
Yeah, he's really
absolutely.
special.
And what we're able to do, Bob, is look through, poke holes in your narrative, and show that it doesn't stand up. Okay. So what
You
you
can
have
try.
there, what you
You're
have
welcome.
I
there,
don't have
Try.
the brain cells to
you
poke
just said
holes.
what comes with those, what comes with that data, or exactly what comes with. Where do they get the data from? Let's see where they got the data from.
It's
Can you
right in the
answer that?
video. I
Can you
actually took photographs and GPS
Oh,
locations
you
at
did
every
so much
location.
with
Well
the ball
documented.
globe. Again, for Dr. Bob, here. We've done.
Kimo, run away now. You know, I
Kimo,
mean,
you're
seriously,
in a
you are
barrier,
at
watch
the
a
beat
20-minute
fest
long
now.
video.
The only thing that you can do is try and slink off, and then come back in a week or come back in a day and start saying the same crap again. You've
Did
been
you not know,
destroyed.
Bob, Dr. Bob? There was a new flat
He'll be
earther
back in
as a
20
result
minutes.
of what Bob. There was a new flat earther in today as a result of what we do. Now, obviously, when we expose,
So you lied to somebody and convinced them to follow your narrative despite the evidence.
No,
and then
no,
when
no,
you
no, no,
presented
no,
with
no.
the
What we
evidence
did,
that destroys your narrative, you're
that's
just
not what
doubling
happened.
down.
That's another false narrative. We're looking for the practical element, Bob. People can write things on a board all day long. We can all do that. and they-
Kimo, you're a liar. You're a con man.
It seems like that now,
The
Bob.
evidence is right in front of you.
I know it
You
seems like
can't
that now.
accept it because it violates your silly little narrative.
I understand it looks like that now. It appears so today. But in the future, when things
It'll
are
appear so tomorrow too, kid.
well, like I say, in the future, when it's revealed that the Earth is not a globe, you'll see that obviously you were wrong, and I, obviously, right?
Yet right
You
now
will
I'm
never
right.
be right about that.
Obviously.
Yeah,
Never.
but today though, that's not today, Kimo. Today I am right, and you can't even admit it, can you? You don't have the personal courage to admit it.
There's a possibility,
I'm
but
halfway
what we're
through this
looking
video.
for though is the practical element, Bob.
That's very practical. All you need is a scale and a reference mass. That's all you need,
All right,
and the
all right,
ability
let's have
to
a look
drive
then.
down a road.
Let's
I
have
don't
a
know.
look.
That video was BS. And the only reason why I say that is because magnets exist. And this guy is using metal as his medium to create these measurements. Those things could be made out of steel. Those things could be made out of
No.
something magnetic. And that will definitely shift the weight of this object,
Right.
depending on how much ore is in the ground.
Told you. I
Well,
told you.
except
I told
you'd
you.
have to
Second
demonstrate
opinion,
that
Bob.
there's a change in
Hold
change
on,
in the
Chris.
magnetism
Who's
on
first?
Earth.
Hold on. So,
All right.
Bob,
Well, you see, actually, you have a problem with that. And
Well,
I'll tell you why you have a problem. If you look at Kimo, stop talking for a minute. Adults are talking now. All right.
so rude,
Now,
Bob. Carry on.
the reason that's not a good answer, that it's magnetism, is that if you look at the documentation, I took deliberately 2 different routes. I took an eastern route through the mountains, and I took a western route through the non-mountains. The
All right.
change was exactly the same in both. So it doesn't have anything to do with ore in the ground or anything like that. Try again.
Well, it's been debunked. The second
Well, you
opinion,
need to
Bob,
figure out whether or
Nothing's
not the
been
ore is
debunked.
actually in the
the
ground
second
first.
opinion, Bob, is that it doesn't prove a thing. All right, and once again, I've shown that the globe. It's nothing to do with flat earthers, right? It's you globe earthers who provide no evidence of a globe, which is why people
Yet I
are
just
like,
gave it to you, and I gave you the evidence that you required,
God.
and I destroyed you. So
all right,
stop,
let's
Kimo.
give a third
Stop
opinion.
lying. Stop lying, Kimo. Your rejection of evidence does not mean evidence has not been provided. Stop.
Well, it's just
And
an
there's the
assumption.
evidence
So
right
we're
there,
gonna
Kimo. It's
declare-
well documented. You can't get around
Let's
it.
give it to Brian. So Brian, check this out. Now
No,
you
I
tell
don't
me.
need to. I don't need to give it to anybody. Yeah, guess what?
No, I'm
The-
doing
the-
it. I'm doing it. So Brian,
Yeah.
you
You
tell
can
me.
you can give it to whoever
Yeah,
you
move
want.
the
but
goalpost.
guess
Yeah,
what?
but we just looked at it with
Nobody cares. Nobody
all.
cares. You
I'll be the
can't say,
I'll be the judge
Kimo,
on this.
you cannot
Kimo.
say that evidence has not been provided just because,
Mhm.
for whatever reason, you hand waved it away, you dismissed it, or you did not find it convincing. Guess what? There was a body of information that was provided to you. You rejected it.
Not in concordance and
That's the
indicative.
truth.
It's not indicative.
Kimo, you're done. Just stop it.
It
It's not
absolutely
in accordance, pure.
You're
and in
humiliating
concordance-
yourself.
It's not
It
indicative.
absolutely is indicative of one position above any
One-
other.
yeah,
It
one
is
thing,
indicative.
that's right.
It is concordant with.
What?
with-
Okay, how is it concordant and indicative?
Both routes revealed
Because-
the same changes in weight going north and going south by 2 different routes. I
So where-
presented the data, Kimo. The data. The
Where did you get the
data
data from?
is the key.
Where did you get the data from?
I measured it directly myself, personally.
Can we see that? Can we verify that?
Yes.
Okay, and there's not one scene of him outside making measurements.
Kimo.
No, that's not true.
All right, where's the timestamp when you're outside making measurements?
He's outside his house driving a car.
Where? What's the timestamp?
Kimo, it's not that long of a video. It's a video.
10 minutes.
Look at 10 minutes, 15 seconds.
10 minutes, 15 seconds. All right.
0 minutes, 0 seconds to 20 minutes and 15 seconds. That's the
Okay, so
timestamp.
the scale, yeah.
He wants to see me doing an actual measurement.
Blue
There it is right
marble
there. 10
on the
minutes,
left,
15
Scale
seconds.
in the middle, Bob on the right. Okay, what?
What do you see there?
See, I just told you, blue marble, scale in the
Right.
middle, and then you on the other side.
What's in the middle?
Scale.
What's the scale say?
Got some numbers.
What's the numbers say?
Different numbers.
You can't even read a number.
What's the difference? It's just numbers.
What is the number on the scale?
Again, it's irrelevant.
It is not irrelevant when you're doing a measurement of a weight. The numbers matter. It's like playing golf, Kimo.
You know,
The
Kimo,
number-
everybody's hearing you. Everybody's hearing you talk about this and just waving and pushing stuff aside that you have no idea about what you're talking about.
Saying, no,
Everybody's
Tom,
Kimo, right here,
hearing
this one spot, 10 minutes, 17 seconds,
Tom,
destroys your entire position. What
Tom,
are the
pay
numbers
attention,
on the
right?
scale?
You want paying, Tom. You don't act like this.
Hey,
Kimo,
man, hey,
what
Kimo,
are the
show us-
numbers on the scale? What do they say?
Tom, you see all this nonsense that he's doing now, right?
No,
Kimo,
Tell me
I
what the
hear it,
numbers
Kimo,
on
and
the
I
scale
watched
say,
the video
Kimo.
several
Tom,
times.
if you
weeks
come
ago.
back and say, I've got data on a board about a 24-hour sun, the bet's off.
Kimo, what are the numbers on the
Hold on
scale?
a second, Bob. Is that clear, Tom?
Are you trying to move a goalpost again? We can talk about that.
No,
after
he's
you
trying to
talk about-
distract. We're not going to do that. We're going to make Kimo
Yeah, we can
read
get back
those
to your
numbers
thing,
off
but
Bring
the
I'm
your
just
feet to
scale.
the
saying-
fire here, Kimo.
Yep. Read the numbers off the scale, Kimo.
Like I said, they're irrelevant.
What
to
are the
argument.
numbers on the scale, Kimo?
They are irrelevant, Bob.
Not when you're basing your data on measurements. Seeing the measurement and reading the number on the scale is not irrelevant. Read the number on the scale.
Yeah, you've got weights on the scale, so what?
What is the reading on the scale?
It's irrelevant to the argument. The argument is,
So you're just
where
a
is-
coward, aren't you, Kimo?
where is the
You're a
demonstration?
pretender.
No, he's
You
not
can't
just a
even
coward. He's a
admit that
lying
you can
coward.
read a number on a scale.
The
That's
numbers are
disgusting, Kimo. That's
like
child.
999 something, right?
999 what?
Something, something, something.
No, it's 999 something something. What is the something something?
I haven't got my glasses on. It's too far away.
So maybe
Make
Kimo,
it bigger
Can
then.
you read? Are you
No,
kidding?
it's too
Can you read,
small.
Kimo?
Too small. I'm too far away from the screen.
Can anybody not read the numbers on the scale?
I can read it.
It's irrelevant.
Okay, what are the numbers on the scale, Kimo? Read the numbers
I
on
just
the
said
scale.
999 something.
Zoom
All right,
in.
no, I don't want to have something. Read the numbers that are clearly
I
listed.
just
on
read
the
it
scale.
for you. 999 something.
3, 6.
If you can read the
Kimo.
99,
They've
why
gotta
can't you
get-
read the rest?
They have
They're the
got
same
to
size.
get-
It's too far away.
Okay, now Kimo,
Kimo, they
is
have to
that
get the
number
3
1
sixes in.
0
In all
0
their
0?
detections, They have to get the codes in.
Is that number
999,
1 0
36.
0 0 point
They have to
0
get
0,
the
Kimo?
deception codes in there. That's what it's all about.